Welcome, everyone, to Rice-Eccles Stadium and one of the most intimidating environments in all of college football, mostly because the Utah Utes are always a handful. Today, two teams collide from the Pac-12, and conference implications are aplenty. As we'll see, the winners of 5 straight, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on the Utah Utes. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Wolverines will kick it away to start us off. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So the Utah Utes offense will take the first swing of the game. And here he comes. This offense is built completely around the talents of this running back, a rare commodity in today's game, and all eyes are on him.
And the defense knows it too. You know, every single snap, this defense is going to be keying on this running back, knowing that he is the key to the offense's success.
9-yard pickup on first down, and now they can take a shot on 2nd and short. The give to the back. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 29. Used to play fake, now to throw. Scrambling away. Irons on the move. Right on the money to the outside. He dragged the toe, and how about the ball placement? Only the receiver could get it.
I love when QBs break the pocket and still look to attack. Because as soon as you break the pocket, I'm thinking, oh, man, he's going to take off and run, and I might come up. But those big plays can be made down the field. Nice job by the quarterback keeping his eyes down the field.
And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. On the run, it's Figueroa. Tackle is made, but not until he gets the first down.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
Got the first down and more. Brought down at the 21-yard line, a 15-yard pickup, and they are in prime position to get points now. The Utes will snap it on 1st and 10. The give to the left side. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down.
You've got to be loving what you're seeing from your offense here on the opening drive of this game. They're in a really nice rhythm. They've got real good balance going on right now, and they've got the defense on their heels.
Works his way ahead for about 3. It's down at the 8. Going to work on 2nd down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Wide out in motion. Quarterback keeps it. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Utes!
This defense has their hands full in this game because of what you saw right there. This quarterback is one of the fastest players in the entire country, and he runs one in. They're going to have to do a better job getting hats to him because they know they're going to see the QB run a lot today.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. An 84-yard drive there, and it was capped off with the 8-yard run. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. So Michigan's offense has its first opportunity of the day. One way to mitigate the explosive capabilities he has on the outside is be physical with him, and this dude will do that.
He will do that, and you don't see a lot of offenses take the top off this D because of this guy roaming around in the middle of the field. He is a true center fielder, so this receiver's going to have to make plays.
And this just is such a great job of getting guys on the ground. A lot of people are in position, but he makes plays. So him versus a dynamic wide receiver on the outside would be a great matchup.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. That run epitomizes a veteran, savvy senior who knows how to find space. Lining up from the 34 on first down. They're going to ride this running back.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
Takes the handoff. It's Addison. Makes the stop at the 49, but not before he gets in plus territory, gets 15 and a first down. The Wolverines are moving quickly down the field. They go to the ground. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
It's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
Got him looking run. He wants to throw. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
Well, they're trying to attack the middle of the field. That time the ball a little too high for his wide receiver, and it falls incomplete.
On third down, going up top. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
And how about the defense getting home with the pass rush? Playing man coverage in the back end. You need to win up front. Those guys got to get to the quarterback. Do a great job rushing the passer. I can play man when I got a pass rush like that.
And the Wolverines will line up to punt it away. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Utah has it back on the offense coming onto the field. There wasn't much need to throw it around on that last drive for the touchdown, Jesse. They got gonna take a shot. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down.
I know it was incomplete. I'm okay with it. If I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm going to keep taking shots down the field. I'm going to make him honor that deep ball. I'll hit some of those before the game's over.
And a sack all the way back at the 5.
What a great play. This guy is a force on this D-line. You think about Michigan football defensively, they've got dudes up front. Aiden Hutchinson, Brandon Graham, Mozzie Smith, Rashawn Gary.
Going for the big play. And it's an incomplete pass on the deep shot, but the flag is down. Let's check the call. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. After getting caught for a safety, they're lined up and ready to kick it off. Now a fair catch is called for and made just shy of midfield. Offense set on first down. He'll start this drive firing. Unleashes one. Grabbed in the middle. It's Rivera. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and Utah has the lead here. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. New set of downs after that completion. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Dropping back, it's Kingsbury. Unloads to the wideout. Going to throw it to the right. He's got his man. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6. New set of downs right on the doorstep for this offense.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep.
He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines. quick strike touchdown comes out and jump-starts the offense.
And, man, we see this in college football, so much explosiveness and firepower, and we get high-scoring game after high-scoring game, and it looks like we're on pace for one of those right now.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And he's going to try to return this one. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he had just taken a knee in the end zone. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency.
And try to find something positive with this offense. Forget about the safety. Those don't happen very often. Try to get some first downs together. Get some good mojo going.
Tackle is made after the first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Use the play fake, now to throw. Still looking, on the move. It's incomplete. Good job by the defense sticking with its coverage.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. And the Utes will hustle to the line. No matter how many times they tell you to look for it, it is tough to defend a perfectly executed. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack.
Oh, it's a missed opportunity. You know, the quarterback was excited. He saw man coverage. He thought he was going to have an opportunity to come up with a big play, but up front they could not protect him well enough.
Thompson wants to throw. He looks that one in nicely. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. The defense trying to get a stop on 3rd down from the 44. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You've got to be able to make that play.
Now on 4th down and 5, they'll try to move the chains. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. A shot toward the end zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Utah!
And I think in the pre-snap, I think both of these guys were on the same page. They had a look defensively that let them know we can pitch this thing way down the field. I'm going to go run under and make a big play for it.
Yeah, and when I'm the receiver, I'm like, I'm open, right? I'm going straight down the field. Throw me the football. I got the speed. I can beat this guy. You can tell they've done that so much in practice. They knew it was second nature, and they executed it perfectly.
Throws for the tight end. And that one is picked off in the end zone. The 20. The 10. He just sets sail for the end zone after the pick and turns it into a 2-point return. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. On the move from inside his 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
Punches ahead, they'll give him a yard to the 13.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
The incompletion brings up a second down. Looking downfield, it's Kingsbury. Fires to the big fella.
Well, nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the third down manageable, really putting this offense in a good position.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Quick completion on the out route. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. The Wolverines are rolling down the field. He wants to throw. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Offense about to reel off its 7th play of the drive. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
It's third down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. He hurls one deep down the left side. Grabs it at the 25 in stride. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21. And the Wolverines have it with a 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Flushed out of the pocket. And the quarterback was trying to extend the play, and the defense brought it to a close. They've got a really good drive going, but a little speed bump here at 2nd and 13. Trying to get to it. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
You got to love the aggressive nature this defense is playing with right now, and you're seeing the athletes and the dudes they've got up front. A sack on the last play. They hit the quarterback on this last one. Now third down, you know they're going to be pinning their ears back.
Getting some heat. He's got him wide open. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, 1st and goal. This offense can get a jolt of momentum headed to the locker room if they can take the lead here. To throw, it's Kingsbury. Fires to the end zone, and he's got it. Touchdown, Michigan.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Arkansas is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. These Hogs have gotten up off the canvas before, and they are capable of it again today.
Going up top on first down.
It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to South Carolina. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be lost one deep down the right side. And the ball is caught. He's inside the 35. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Utes!
Yeah, and that's simple, but it's not easy. It's a go route. Like that receiver's streaking straight down the outside of the field, and my job as a quarterback is to put that ball up in the air, keep it away from the safety. He does just that. Receiver comes down with the catch. Nice pitch, nice catch, touchdown.
He gets in there for the 2-point conversion and pushes the lead to 3. So they got the touchdown now, going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. The returner will field it and bring it back. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Under 30 seconds to go here in the half. Let's see how they play it on 1st and 10. Back to pass, it's Kingsbury. It's complete to the right. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Just enough time to get off one more snap. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
All right, guys, a delightful first 2 quarters today from there in Salt Lake City. And let's be honest, the story of that first half has been the play of that dude under center. Talk about having complete control of that offense. Cool, calm, and collected in that pocket. He's delivered one throw after another with precision and zip. He's checked down. He's hit on the deep ball. All in all, a very impressive first half. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Rice-Eccles Stadium.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. The Utes will kick it away to crank up the second half. The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're winning one-on-one, and they're just going to have to keep going back to the well, David, and relying on hitting some explosive plays to win this game.
Yeah, and I think we look at number.
And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line.
Well, the offense got themselves into trouble. They're back in their own end. It's an obvious passing situation, so the defense is just pinning their ears back, and they're trying to get after him. They could not allow him to escape, step up, get rid of the football. They take a sack very close to the goal line.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. The Wolverines will send out the punt unit. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Slips through the line. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. Off the boot, looking for his man. Steps to his left, out of the pocket. It's complete. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
One of the things that makes this quarterback so dangerous is how accurate he can be when he's on the run. And he's a guy that's looking to throw. He's not looking to take off himself. Showed you that accuracy on that play to get the first.
They're bringing heat. That's reeled in. It's Gentry. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the first down.
I think it's because the tight end just so much versatility. You know, they can block.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Utah!
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. The kickoff unit about to go to work. And here's the return. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. The deficit here is just 10 points, David, so a chance to answer here.
Plenty of time left in this football game. No need to panic. This offense just has to put a couple drives together. And listen, the defense will get this back and get some stock follow and get you the football back.
And I think here too, David, you have an opportunity to keep the pressure on the opponent. Yeah, they just went down and scored, but you score here, and this game's still tight. You keep their feet to the fire, so an opportunity here to keep applying that pressure.
Offensive linemen love when you sneak in draws, when you sneak in screens. It holds these defensive linemen accountable. You want to rush the quarterback, you want to fly upfield every single play, we'll sneak right behind you and get some yardage.
Scanning the field, it's Kingsbury. Throws to the tight end. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one. And the Wolverines will try to pin them back with the punt. Takes it on the return. He's got great speed. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. Off the play fake on first down. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack. The Wolverines bringing the heat on the defensive front as they have so many times through the years.
And you just think about guys that just look great in their unis. Big, strong, Aiden Hutchinson, Ajabo, a lot of these guys in the recent history, just they know how to get after the quarterbacks and make their life miserable.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. You just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
Throws to the wideout. Makes a connection. And a nice grab there. Big pickup down to the 35-yard line. And the Utes have it with a 1st and 10. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. He's going to pass. He'll take a shot. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Utes. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6.
And it's a nice toss in the back of the end zone. Give your receiver a chance to make a play, and you could tell he knew exactly where he was, got those tippy toes right down, inbounds for the touchdown reception.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner goes down. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet. But I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this drive.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so he puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
Offense getting set for 1st down. Unloads it left. Oh, picked off. He was looking for room to return that, but he'll just hand it to the offense. They'll take over at the 18.
What a game-changing play by this defense. Nice job. You got them backed up in their own territory coming out. Now you force the turnover, set your offense up with some great scoring field position.
Got enough space. Touchdown, Utah! And the beatdown has ensued. A quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, and quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big.
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. Well, they tried to play fake, but it fooled absolutely nobody.
And that's the problem with play-action pass, Reese, is that it takes time to develop. The quarterback's got to fake the handoff, and receivers generally are running routes further downfield. So the offensive line has got to be able to hold up that extra second to give their QB an opportunity, and they weren't able to do it there.
And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And they can't make the play on 3rd down. The Wolverines will call on their punt team. He gets a block. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. Utah has it back on the offense coming onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been...
And they got him for the sack.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and then can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play-action attempt.
Already find a hole in that secondary.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that cornerback be going the other direction.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and Utah has the lead here. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. The Utes send out the punt unit. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And the punt hits at the 6, and they can't down it, and it'll be a touchback. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Back to throw, it's Kingsbury. Got him downfield. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game, it's never over. And yeah, they're trailing here in the 4th quarter, but this dude can put up points quickly.
Quickly complete. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a big gain.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
Looking to pick up a first down on 3rd and short from the 43. They keep attacking through the air. Quickly out to the tight end. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down, as they've got a first at the 32. And the Wolverines are moving quickly down the field. He'll come out throwing on first down. Dances away to buy time. Trying to make magic with his feet. And he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down.
You see a lot of quarterbacks get in trouble when they start forcing things. He did a really good job. He wanted to throw the football. You could tell. Drops back, nothing open. It's okay. I'm just going to take off, get what I can get.
Just a solid stop by this sophomore. Ball's at the 26. It's 3rd and short, and they'd love to pick up the first down and avoid settling for the field goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Complete in the middle. Touchdown, Wolverines. Hauled it in and just kept right on running to the hallelujah land.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And he dropped it, just didn't look the thing all the way in. The deficit is huge. This one is all but over, but they'll keep trying and line up for the onside kick. They're on it, and they get it back for another drive.
Man, and these are the situations. They know you're kicking an onside. You got to get it. You got to find a way to get the football. How about it? Get the kick. Get a good bounce. Everybody's flying down the field. Ball bouncing all over the place. You fall on it. Offense has another chance to put some points on the board.
Here's the deal. You're down 3 possessions. You know, it doesn't feel likely they're going to come back and win, but we've seen crazier stuff happen in college football. It all starts with a big completion on a 2-minute drive. They'll get the momentum started in your direction.
He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the 4th quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to make a play.
A really nice run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. What a snag by the defense.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passionate, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Looking for a productive play on first down. The give as they work on that clock. And tackled there by the defense.
And this defense has got to make a play, right? It's the fourth quarter. We're trailing. You know this offense, they're going to get conservative. They want to eat that clock. You got to bring more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to make plays. Got to get that football back.
He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. Now they'll run it to the right here. He maybe gets a yard. They'll mark him at the 29. Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. They'll try the run. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.
I think they called that knowing they weren't going to hit a home run. So why would you call it then? Well, you call it so third down becomes an easier down. It's not third and long where I have to pass the football. Now all options on the table.
At the 45 on his way. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46. And the Utes come to the line with a new set of downs. Trying to get the corner. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
I think you have to like what you see if you're the coaching staff here. Your offense is on the field, and it looks like you got a pretty good drive going, and you're just going to try and keep this thing marching, keep the clock ticking. You've got a really nice lead here late. Just want to find ways to keep the chains moving. They're doing that.
And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21. This drive has been exclusively on the ground. Could they be setting up a shot play? They'll ride the hot hand. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. Winning can become a habit. Now they've won back-to-back games and probably building a little confidence from that.
Yeah, and you want it to be a habit. That's what you talk about as a coach week after week. Let's build. Let's create momentum and continue to build on it. Continue, and then you look up at the end of the season, you never know where you could be, what dreams you could bring to reality.
At the end of the day, I think good teams find ways to win games. And over these last 2 games, it hasn't always been easy. They've had to overcome some adversity, but at the end of the day, they were able to step up, make the plays necessary, and do that. Very, very impressive.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.